How's it going, everybody? So this is my training from the week of June 24th. So let's kind of go through some of my big lifts for you guys. Starting off Monday, I was squatting and benching. Been pairing those up too lately, and they've been feeling pretty good. So this was my final set, 4x8, 3x8 actually. This was my 8+ set. I mentioned that in my DUP explanation video. I'll post that up on the screen right now. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure to do that if you're curious about DUP and things. But so yeah, this was definitely a high rep set. I believe this was 285, which used to be kind of like a low rep set for me. But since I've really been hitting the frequency high, my strength, not necessarily just in the one rep, but you know, even for reps, it is much improved. So it seems like the more I lift heavy, the smaller that margin between my hypertrophy work and my strength work narrows, if that makes sense. So like 285 for a 10 isn't that much far off from my one rep actually. I didn't get any bench footage from that day, but bench was the actual lift that went really well this week. I hit all my numbers after my new max of 255 last week, so I reset for a new DUP wave. And this was a 245 double Sumo, so I went back to Sumo this week. I'm not sure if I pulled conventional or Sumo last week, but this actually felt really good. That first rep there was a little bit sketchy, just because, again, I've had some difficulties with pulling with my left arm a little bit, not as far as my right arm. It just kind of gets off balance, but 245 for a double is pretty good. And as far as the recovery, I felt pretty good in between these, and I followed it up with 6 sets of 3 at 285, which didn't feel heavy at all. It's pretty much like form work for me, which again is pretty good. My deadlift has probably taken over as my weakest lift now, so it's good to actually move some decent weight too, not just like a 60% of my one rep for my I don't want to say speed work, but I just call it practice. And then overall, like, just pulling felt awesome this day. It didn't feel, feel like every single set I did, I just got a little bit better. Maybe like that top set, the 245 for a double, felt good. So I was really confident going in. And then actually Tuesday night, I played basketball with a whole bunch of friends of mine for like 2 hours, and I hadn't played anything like that in a long time. And I was just kind of thrashed like during the whole thing from Sumo pulling earlier, and I knew when I went home that tomorrow was going to be a rough kind of squat day. So I did have, this was my 5x6 day, and it was at 300 this week. I did 3 sets at 6, and then my 4th set, which you'll see coming up after this one, I only hit 5, and just the pure like exhaustion I had in between sets was a little overwhelming. It wasn't a feeling of, okay, this is difficult, you can get through this. It was just like, try not to be a prima donna. It was difficult to stand up in between sets, and my depth was getting a little bit sketchy on here when I checked the video. So I decided to just call it on this set right here. I may have been able to scratch out a 6 rep here, but again, the cool thing about squatting and doing all these movements so frequently is that one, I don't want to say mediocre workout, but one workout where you don't hit your reps doesn't really matter, because I'm going to come back and squat in a couple of days. So it's really, I tell my clients this all the time, the summation of training is a lot more important than just one workout or one set. So then kind of more, I don't want to say bad news, but just really weird stuff that went down this week. So again, I tried to pull Sumo again the next day. I felt more recovered than I was Wednesday. After I started pulling, the warm-ups felt good. 275, my hips were getting a little bit tired. After this 315, they were pretty much done. And this was my 365. This was supposed to be for a double here, and I had absolutely zero hip drive. I didn't even want to try to pull it. So probably have to play around with my deadlift programming, things like that, because that's one of the things that's been really bit difficult to program with DUP. And I didn't get any Friday footage, but those were my numbers for Friday. Actually a really good workout, and I got a lot of assistance work because I pretty much just called it a day on Thursday. But that's the video for this week, guys. Make sure you subscribe if you like my stuff, and I'll see you later.